And the first reason that student voice matters to me is because it enables my students to communicate. I teach Spanish, and communication is a huge part of it. And so if students don't feel like they can say and understand what someone else says, I've really not done my job. And so student voice matters in communication. I also think student voice matters because it's a culturally relevant practice. It enables students to have a chance to talk about what matters to them. It enables them to express their personal beliefs, their personal habits, their family traditions, and all of that really makes for a more culturally relevant classroom. That kind of goes along with equity. Student voice matters in terms of equity, so everyone's getting a chance to share and say, again, what matters to them. It's not just me droning on and on. And finally, student voice matters because of relevance. When students get a chance to share and say or write about what matters to them, what's relevant in their lives, I really think it makes a difference in the classroom. So some ways that I've incorporated student voice with technology, one way is in the AP seminar dual language course that I'm teaching. Students get to incorporate voice by choosing their own research topic. It makes a difference when students can research and investigate something that matters to them, that's really important in their lives. And then also the technology has just opened up so many doors to what they can research. If I were just having to provide paper copies or books or journals that I have access to, it would really limit what they can research, probably limit the topics that they could study. But because of technology and having access to the internet and online journals and databases the district has purchased, they really can research what matters to them and what interests them because they have access to so many sources. In my Spanish 5 class, one of the standards we practice is speaking. So again, back to communication, and some technology that I've used to allow student voice to happen is Voicethread. What's nice about that is it's an app where students record themselves speaking to prompts that I've given ahead of time, questions that I've posed. What's really great about that is all students respond, not just a few. If I asked a question in class, kids will raise their hand, or I'll cold call on someone, and we get to hear from that child, and maybe a couple more. But with technology, everybody gets a chance to respond. Everyone's expected to respond as well. And the other cool thing about using the Voicethread app is I can give feedback to students individually. And that gives me a chance to really listen to what they had to say, maybe re-listen to what they had to say, and give them some individualized, thoughtful feedback. Finally, in my Spanish 1 class, the Voicethread app is also what I use to increase student voice. So what's really great about it, in a Spanish 1 class, students can be intimidated about speaking. They think people are going to judge their accents or if they stumble over a word. So I've found that it really amps up the student voice, because if I tell kids you're going to record what you're saying instead of saying it live in front of me or somebody else, they'll do it. They will take the time to do it, because they also maybe get a chance to re-record to fix a mistake that they made. So I get a lot more buy-in. First of all, I went ahead and did some training. I thought I really wanted to use the Voicethread app. It's something the district has purchased for us, but I'm always behind on technology. I always feel like I'm 2 steps behind everyone else, so I decided I would take some training online from the Voicethread company so that I would feel more comfortable using it. In addition to that, I kind of had to make a conscious choice to accept technology. Like I said, I teach Spanish, so I believe in communication, and for me, I believe in live communication. I like real people talking to each other. So I did have to accept that, yes, maybe using the Voicethread app is different than having a student speak live in front of me, but different is okay. It's still a way that I can assess their speaking. I do still have kids come and sit in front of me and have a live one-on-one conversation, but with the technology, it's amped up the opportunities for them. I have way more chances to listen to my kids speaking than I did when I just did it live, because it takes a lot of class time, and this way they can record and I can listen to them and give them feedback. And the final way that student voice and technology has changed my practice is through increased relational capacity. If I'm hearing these kids express their thoughts and their opinions and their abilities in Spanish so much more, I'm really learning a lot more about them. And I think in the end, it's made for better student management. It's made definitely for me to create better, more cohesive, more meaningful lesson plans.